Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Destiny 2. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and salutations. Today, the lie. Let's get to it. Felwinter's lie, after many problems, tribulations, and bugs, can finally be acquired. And if you have not already seen it, I'll put a link to the previous steps of this quest up above. Now, the final quest step was bugged and it was called the Tyrant. And if you want to see that, that will be at the end of this video. For now, we're going to talk about Felwinter's lie. Felwinter's lie originally came out in Destiny 1 as one of the rewards from Iron Banner. And it was one of the best shotguns in the game because it could have shot package, it could have rangefinder, it could have all sorts of random rolls on it. But rangefinder was one of the best ones because that turned your shotgun into a fusion rifle with an instant charge time. So of course that had to be changed down the road. So rangefinder was taken off of all shotguns, and instead Felwinter's Lie had shot package, which gave you a much tighter pellet spread than other shotguns, but you had to aim down the sights. Now with Felwinter's Lie making a comeback in Destiny 2, shot package is still on Felwinter's Lie. Now in addition to shot package, you also have the option of slide shot or quick draw, and you have the option of opening shot or Vorpal weapon. Now, of course, Vorpal weapon is a newer perk that does extra damage to bosses and guardians that are using their super. Now, the perks have a very clear delineation. Slide shot and opening shot are clearly PvP perks. Quick draw is potentially a PvP perk, but much more useful in PvE. And then, of course, Vorpal weapon, much more useful in PvE, assuming that you can get close to a yellow bar in order to use it. Now, looking at the difference of the pellet spread between aiming and not aiming, you'll be able to see here that it is a tighter spread when you're aiming versus not aiming down the sights. However, the cone is only slightly different. You're only talking about up to 5, maybe 10% degrees difference in the cone spread. It is relatively minor. Yes, it can make the difference between getting a kill and not getting a kill. So of course you're going to be aiming down the sights every single time you pull the trigger, if at all possible. However, I think there are going to be a lot of veteran players that are going to be a little bit disappointed in Felwinter's Lie because they're thinking of the original Felwinters with the rangefinder where you can take people out at long range and just completely OP versus this version of Felwinter's Lie, which is a more tame version, I would say. Now, looking at damage drop-off, it is very similar to any other shotgun of similar range. Now, looking at the range perk, and that will tell you how far the pellets can go before the damage starts dropping off. And with shotguns, damage drops off precipitously once you hit that maximum range value. So all in all, I would say, of course, if you're a Destiny 2 fan, if you're a fan of the lore of Destiny 2, you're obviously going to get the Felwinter's Lie. The utility of Felwinter's Lie, whether you're in Crucible or in other PvE content, I would say is yet to be determined, but do curb your expectations as being a god roll shotgun, which I don't believe it is. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.
He's telling a story. In a time of great prosperity, a tyrant king sent his son to live among the people and learn their ways. He did so for many years, until a great calamity befell the kingdom. In the aftermath, the tyrant's son was changed. The tyrant's son turned away from his father and became a warrior. The tyrant chased his son across fields and mountains and oceans. He said, "If I can't have my son, then no one shall." In the end, the tyrant used his son's love of the people against him. He promised him a miraculous technology that could rebuild the kingdom. When his son came to claim it, he unleashed a plague upon him. His son was destroyed. And the tyrant looked upon his tyranny and wept. Is Rasputin... is he talking about himself? I think the tyrant's son... Guardian, can you read me? There you are. Comms cut out completely. You're in a really old part of the bunker. The signal's terrible. This place is like a time capsule. Where are we? This looks like the casing of an old safety AI, but marked with Rasputin's symbol. These transcripts suggest his original code was for a sort of emergency response system from pre-Golden Age space stations. Checking oxygen levels, fuel, that kind of thing. Clovis Bray took a safety AI and turned it into an interplanetary defense system with sentience. And Rasputin kept all this, almost like a scrapbook of his past, a way to remember his roots. And he showed it to us. When did he learn to be so sentimental? Wish Zavala could see this.